Do you have business boundaries or business preferences? And setting boundaries within your business, especially if you're an entrepreneur or a small business owner, is essential. So I would like to give you a couple of do's and a couple of don'ts around setting boundaries for your business. So the first do is to set expectations around the client interactions. People want to know how to interact with people, with other people, and so by setting boundaries, you're creating a framework so that they know what's acceptable and what's not. Second do around setting business boundaries is to create working hours. Now, if you have a brick and mortar, you already have working hours. But if you don't have a brick and mortar, if you work from home, you want to set some working hours. And even if you're the kind of business owner who is available 24/7 and goes out and meets your client in various places, or you work using the internet, so you work from coffee shops, wherever, you still want to set some working hours for your business. As a mom, I'm a work from home, stay-at-home mom, and I absolutely cannot work when my daughter's at home. I just can't do it. That's just not how our relationship works. So that's really important that you have some kind of set working hours to at least focus on the business aspect of your business. Now, to the don'ts. The first don't is don't bluff. Whatever you do, don't bluff. If you bluff, and what I mean by that is you set a boundary, but you're unwilling to allow your client to experience the consequences of a boundary violation. And so you come in and you rescue them. If you do that, then what you're telling the client is you don't have boundaries, you have preferences. The second don't is to don't apologize. Don't ever apologize for having boundaries. Don't apologize for your working hours. Don't apologize for your refund policy or your check bouncing policy or what forms of credit you will and won't accept. Don't ever apologize. When you apologize for a boundary, you're basically sending the message that you're an amateur. So how can you avoid apologizing for your boundaries? The first one is don't set boundaries that you aren't comfortable with. So if you're not comfortable with a certain boundary, just don't set it. It's your business. You have a certain amount of flexibility and freedom. So think very clearly about what you will and won't do. Also, as your business grows and develops and changes, don't be afraid to change the boundaries. As my daughter has grown, and my business is 4 years old, my daughter is 5 years old. As she's grown and her needs have changed, I have changed my working hours, I've changed how I work my business, I've changed everything. It's okay to change as your business changes. And you simply say, now that I am in this new phase of life or business, or now that I have X number of clients, these are my new boundaries. Companies do this all the time. You can't too. So those are my do's and don'ts for setting boundaries in your business.